Hello, folks. Good to see you again. For those of you that are new here, my name is Miss Melissa. My pronouns are she and her. And next to me, I have.
I'm Miss Tierra. My pronouns are she and they. Good to meet
And we
you.
are with the
Again.
Quinnan Street Project. You okay, Miss Tierra?
I'm great.
Oh,
I'm
wonderful,
so
wonderful, wonderful.
excited for
Good,
what we're
just
doing
making
today.
sure. We are with the Quinnan Street Project. The Quinnan Street Project brings playwriting and drama into your classrooms or your television sets or your laptops like we have today. This is lesson number 2 in our 5-lesson playwriting lesson. Last week we learned about the who. This week's lesson is really exciting. We're learning the what. What and who are part of the 5 W's of playwriting. There's the who, there's the what, there's the when, the where, and my favorite one, the why. So those are 5 elements that will help you write plays, and we are here to help you do that as well. So let's get started, and without further ado, I give you Miss Tierra.
Hey, everybody. Part of why I was so excited that my glasses were flying off my face at the start of the lesson is because we're going to play one of my favorite drama games. So you just want to have some space where if you decided to move your arms, your legs, you wouldn't hit anyone or anything. And it's called What Are You Doing? So the way that we're going to play this is that myself or Miss Melissa is going to just suggest something that we're all going to do together. And it kind of starts like this. Miss Melissa, would you ask me, what are you doing?
Yes. What are you doing?
And then I am going to say an action that I'm doing, and I'm going to say why. So for example, I might say, I am eating a bowl of cereal so that I have energy to take a test today. I might say that. Or I could say something totally out of the box, like I am walking my pet dragonfly so that we get to my grandma's house. Whatever comes to mind for you, an action and why you're doing it. And then after, so one of us will ask, what are you doing? The other person will say an action that they're doing and why. And then everybody gets to pantomime, that's acting it out, what they heard in their own space. How I act it out may be different than how Miss Melissa does, maybe different than how you at home do it, and it's all fine. You can, I also, if you decide to, ever like go back and do one of the suggestions again, if you want to do it in a different way, or if you just want to watch more to see what me and Miss Melissa get up to, but I don't want to talk about it anymore. I just want to go ahead and do it. So Miss Melissa, you can go ahead and start by asking me. I'll just start doing something.
Miss Tierra, what are you doing?
I am looking for the key so that I can unlock the treasure box. Miss Melissa, what are you doing?
I am going fishing so I can feed my cat. Miss Tierra, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm reading the dictionary so that I can win the spelling bee. Hey, Miss Melissa, what are you doing?
I am digging in a mine so that I can find some crystals. Miss Tierra, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm trying to disarm a bomb that's about to go off so that I can save the whole building from blowing up. Can't remember if it's the red wire or the blue wire. Miss Melissa, what are you doing?
I am putting stamps on my body so I don't get lost. They have my address on them. Miss Tierra, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm actually sewing a costume so that I can win a costume contest.
Ooh.
Miss Melissa,
Hmm.
what are you doing?
I am brushing my hair so that it changes colors.
Oh,
Miss Tierra, what are you doing?
oh, I am looking into a magic mirror to see if I can see my future. Miss Melissa, what are you doing?
I am hot gluing feathers together so that I can make wings.
Ouch.
Careful, Miss Tierra.
I know, I always get it wrong with the hot glue.
Miss Tierra, what are you doing?
I am going to give us a round of applause because that's a really fun game. Clap, 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 clap for ourselves. Okay, you at home, I wish that I could see all of the fun things that you were acting out for all of our suggestions. I bet it was wonderful. But I want to make sure that we have time to get to the next part of our lesson, and you'll see why we started with this game. I'm going to pass it off to Miss Melissa.
Thank you so much, Miss Tierra. So what we are going to do is we are going to continue with our play that we started writing last week. Now, if this is your first week watching, go ahead and press pause, go to last week's video, do that part real quick, or if you need a reminder, we will go over it here, but if you ever need a reminder of anything, just pause us and rewind. But we are going to take the who's, which were our characters that we created, and we are going to add on to that and create the at rise with the what's. There are three very important things, what's, that we need to figure out for our playwriting extravaganza, which is what are they doing? We sort of did that already with me and Miss Tierra. What are they doing? What do they want? Right? Miss Tierra and I also did that in the game. And then what is their relationship of the characters? Because these characters exist together in this story, so they have to have a relationship. Are they siblings? Are they a parent and child? Are they best friends? Are they mortal enemies? Or are they strangers? That's a relationship too, because they'll meet at some point and maybe they meet as strangers. So we got to figure out what is their relationship, what are they doing, and what do they want? Yes, and if Miss Tierra can bring up our, what we did last week, we made out some really good characters. We talked about archetype as well. The archetypes that we talked about last week, can we show them, Miss Tierra, so we can give them a little reminder? Yes.
We sure can.
So these are the archetypes that we went through last week: the hero, the mentor, the ally, the herald, the trickster, the shapeshifter, the guardian, and the shadow character archetypes. Great. And then me and Miss Tierra made our two archetypes, which was character one was Bonnie, who is 15. Her archetype is ally. So we're going to get to what do they want this time. Miss Tierra, do you want to tell us about your character?
Absolutely. Yeah, I had decided I wanted a trickster character that maybe wasn't a real, based on a real person. Maybe it was a supernatural character. So I thought, what if the character was like 2,000 years old and had a really long, fun name? Though I think that she might go by a nickname. I named her Florella Gibbitive. And, folks, while we're going, you can continue using the same characters that you made last week. Or if you decide you want to make new ones as we go along, that's totally fine too.
Absolutely. I think I'm going to stay with Bonnie because me and Bonnie are have gotten along quite well in this last week. So what do they want? For this, friends, I want you to think about your character and think about a goal, yes, an objective for your story, right? And I think Bonnie wants to find a best friend. That is going to be her goal for this story. In this story, Bonnie wants to find a best friend.
Ooh, and that makes a lot of sense for the archetype that you picked for Bonnie as an ally. And so now especially in relationship to this character, I'm going to think about this other character who's a trickster. What might they want? It could be the same thing that character one wants, or it could be something different. And actually, I'm going to review in the archetype list what a trickster is. This might be something that you all may want to do as you are crafting your characters. We have the link to the handout from last week in the description box of this video. So let's just go ahead and review the trickster. This is one that I think we don't always talk about in this culture. So the trickster archetype is the character that adds some humor to the story. The character might also challenge the status quo. That's just how things are. Or they might make the main character reconsider their preconceptions or their thoughts. Okay. So with that, Bonnie wants to find a best friend. What's the relative one? Maybe they want to find their way home. I'm thinking maybe they're on Earth and that's not their actual home, perhaps, or maybe this dimension of where there's humans and we can touch everything and things are just kind of regular life. Maybe they live in a different dimension, but in any case, I think that they're gonna be trying to achieve that as they interact with Bonnie, who's really just trying to look for a best friend. I feel like that's gonna set up something pretty interesting between these two.
Maybe some sort of conflict in the future. We'll see.
Great. So maybe Miss Melissa, I feel like we can now look at our at rise and talk about what that is. Yeah. So I'll scroll down here. So this is another handout that you all will have. And you can look for the link for that. But the at rise is something that we like to write at the beginning of a playwriting scene because it kind of sets up the whole scene. You all may have possibly heard about stage directions. If you're reading a play, stage directions will be things that you read that kind of set up the scene. How do things look? What are the characters' backgrounds? So this is like us writing stage directions before we write the scene. And the reason why it's called an at rise is because often and sort of, traditionally in some theater making contexts, you think about seeing a performance, maybe you're in a theater, and when the performance is about to start, often a curtain will go down or the lights will go down, it'll get dark. And then when the scene starts, either the curtain will rise up or the lights will turn on and kind of rise onto the set, kind of like the sun rising inside of the show. And of course, there's plays that you see that are outside, for example. So, they may not have a curtain, they may not have electronic lights, but that's why we call it an at rise. It's basically at the top of the scene. So here we are. We get to start our at rise.
I'm so excited. That's so great. Okay, so character one, are we going to keep character one as Bonnie?
I think so. So we'll just start filling this out. And this is, how you can fill out yours also. So character one was Bonnie.
Great.
And then, you know what? I'm going to copy paste.
Oh, there we go. Because we got to make sure we spell it right.
Exactly. And Florella Gibidiff, who I think goes by Flo. So I'm going to put Flo in parentheses. And y'all, of course, right, we're not, as you can tell, we're typing on a screen. It's not the same as writing on a worksheet. So you'll see things move around a little bit, but you know what we're talking about here. So we got character one and character two.
Now we get to choose their relationship. So, Miss Tierra, what do you think? What do you think about Bonnie and Flo? Are they just meeting? Like, are they strangers? Are they work buddies? Do they know each other from their job? What
I,
do you think?
you know, I think that they I think they have met while they're both lost. Um,
Okay.
that could be one possibility. We can talk about a couple of them, right? When we're playwriting, sometimes it's fun to think about, a couple different ideas before we choose one to explore. I just like the idea that maybe, Bonnie really, really wants to be like friends with Flo and thinks like, this is my best friend. And not that Flo necessarily dislikes Bonnie, but really like Flo's purpose is to
Yeah.
try to see if Bonnie can help her leave.
She's on her own mission.
Yeah. Which I think will be interesting because if you're looking for a best friend, you probably don't want them to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we want to put for their relationship?
Um,
Maybe they are new friends, or they are
new, um, um,
or like they are two beings who recently met.
yeah, yes.
We'll say they are two, we'll say beings recently met.
Yes.
I think that I don't know, we'll decide. Like, I don't know if Bonnie knows that Flo is supernatural or not. At the beginning anyway. But in any case, we've decided that they've recently met. So that'll be different than, if they knew each other for a long time or if they're meeting for the first time. So they know each other a little bit. And now, and as y'all can see, right, when we're filling out in the @rise, next we could write about the time of day or year it is, the time, the when, which we're going to talk about in another lesson. And we could also talk about where they are in space, the where, that will be another lesson too. And if we like keep reading down here, then we have that we can fill in what is a task or an action that they're doing and why. Like they're doing something so that something else, which is why we started by playing What Are You Doing? So we could practice thinking about these kind of actions. So now maybe we can think about what are they doing at the top of this scene and why.
Maybe they could be, I like the idea of Bonnie being maybe somebody who really loves nature, because I see Flo sort of as like not human, right? So maybe something else. So maybe they could be trying to protect nature in some way. That's how they meet. Like they're at maybe they're tying themselves to a tree so it doesn't get cut down, or at a rally with like signs or something like that. What do you think, Miss Tierra?
I really like the idea. And of course, as you talk about one part of the scene, of the W's, you're going to be talking about the other. I do like the idea of them being outside, and I like the idea of them being near trees. With that, I like the idea. We could have them protecting trees. We could also have them, I'm wondering about if they're in the forest, like, are they trying to stay there for the night? Are they needing to like make shelter there? But we could go with, if you, and I wonder if our folks at home actually know this, that what Miss Melissa is referencing as a real life tactic that people who have been defending forests, especially forests that have been around for a really, really long time, because especially big trees, they can be really, really old, much older than any humans who are alive today. That real humans have chosen to like put themselves in trees or block trees or chain themselves to trees so that other folks who want to make money by chopping those trees down can't actually do that, actually putting their body in the way. I want to make sure our friends at home know that that's a real thing, that's not actually made up.
Yes, thank you, Miss Tierra.
Yeah, for sure. So if you want to, actually, maybe we can do that. Maybe they are, let's see, they are, like, are they already in the tree? Are they like, are they trying to climb the tree to get up it the first time?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say they are climbing, excuse me. They're climbing a very big old tree.
Yes.
So that, what should we put there?
So that it doesn't get cut down.
So that it won't be cut down by loggers. That's the name of sometimes folks whose profession it is to, cut down trees in order, so humans can use the wood for different things. All right, let me just make it all on one line because that makes me feel good. Wow, and that really, that really sets up a pretty interesting situation for these two characters. I'm excited about where this is gonna go. And so you know, like y'all at home, right? Like we didn't just do this just so that me and Miss Melissa can have fun, although we are. We're doing this as an example of what you can choose to do with your at Rise. So for today, again, you could use the same characters as last week, or you can make up new ones if you want to with different archetypes, different ages, thinking about what they both want. Go ahead and start to fill in an at Rise for a scene that later in the lessons we're gonna fully write. You can fill out who the characters are, what's their relationship, what are they doing, and why are they doing that? And if you do that, then you'll be totally ready for the next lesson next week.
Yes.
Was there anything around, what we've done today so far, Miss Melissa, that you want to add?
I think that if we know we're in an old tree, I think we can add a place in there, which maybe we want to change later. But for now, I think we can even say like they're in a forest, right?
Okay, good. They're in a forest. Love it. We definitely have been talking about that. So,
yes.
I guess you could have, a very big old tree like in a museum or in a city or anywhere. But I like for this week, let's go with this. When we get to where, maybe we'll decide to switch it up. Maybe we'll keep it the same. But I like
on a space station.
Right, exactly. It could be a tree, right? That's one of the, a part of the reason why we're sort of looking at things piece by piece is because, and what I love about playwriting is, we can really use our imaginations to explore things from a whole lot of angles. It can be totally out of the box. And each different choice you make can make the scene and the play totally different. So I love that. Thank you for adding that, Miss Melissa.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, you all, can you believe it? I think it's about time to say goodbye for this lesson. And of course, we will hopefully continue to see you as we go through the other W's and continue to learn about playwriting and write a play together. So in closing, actually, something that I just love to do, it's pretty simple, but I really love to just end with some good, nice, deep breaths. Thinking about these trees that we were thinking about for our play, Melissa, they put out oxygen for us to breathe, and then it's good for us to just take time to take that into our lungs. So I would suggest, get your body in a way that's comfortable for you, where I would say maybe don't be slouched over this way or this way or this way or this way if you can help it. Have your spine nice and tall. And let's, if you want to, I like to close my eyes for this. You don't have to though. You might choose to find just one spot in your environment, wherever you're tuning in from, to just rest your eyes really gently. Maybe it's a picture on the wall. Maybe it's a spot on the ground in front of you, whatever you want. So find one place to gently rest your eyes or close them. I'm gonna close mine. And let's empty all the air out of our lungs. So just exhale it all out. We're gonna take 3 breaths in together. Deep breath in through your nose and out. Deep breath in through your nose and out. One more deep breath in through your nose. We're gonna hold it for just a couple seconds for 3, 2, 1, and out. and we can meet with our eyes back on the screen. Y'all, thank you so much for being creative today. We are going to see you next time.
Bye.